Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In fact, it's been a while. Happy New Year to every one of you, all our subscribers. Thank you for following, for watching our videos. Thanks for your comments. Once again, Happy New Year. We've rounded up with our story series. Stories are filled with morals. A lot of you have learned a lot through it. So this is a new year, and we are coming up with something different, something fresh, and this is actually majorly and targeted to the singles, the young ones, and it's going to be amazing, as the YouTube channel name lies, amazing reality. So today we're going to talk about something very important for the young ones, the singles, hoping to get married, which is very very important. So we're looking at something I call the C³L to consider before marriage. The C³L to consider before marriage. So if you're a single right there, listen attentively. You're going to comment on this video, like it, and share to as many you want to hear this. All right? Uh, the C³L to consider before marriage. Now, a lot of marriages are clashing. A lot of marriages are coming to an end. One thing that pains me so much is that even most of these marriages are Christian marriages. And you begin to ask yourself, what actually is happening? Is it that they were not aware of certain things? Is it that the devil is fighting the marriage? You just ask yourself a series of questions that you may not be able to get answers to it. So we begin to see and look into it and see that there are so many factors that contributed to all of this. And today, follow us this video as we look at, once again, I said the C³L to consider before marriage. Now let's start with this. Let's assume we are going to play a game now, and the game is this. Let's say you find yourself in a crowded public place, and you are asked to drop a question to the people, the public right there, and ask them some questions. Ask them some strange questions. Now, what is this question? Ask them, what do they feel is the most important factor of marriage? What do they feel the most important factor of marriage was? And if you drop this question to them, what do you think they will say to you? Is it love? Is it trust? Is it honesty? Well, all of these things are important, but one factor seems to be forgotten. That before you could mention love, mention the honest, the trust, and anything you feel like mentioning or you believe is part of it. But there are certain things that is forgotten. And that is why we're going to begin with the first among the C³L to consider before marriage. Number one C is communication. I don't know, you are single, you're in a relationship, you're in courtship, you are in friendship, whatever ship you are into. So this is something you must consider before making the concrete and final decision of stepping into marriage. One, the communication. Consider this very, very important. And ask yourself this question in your relationship, in your friendship, in your courtship. Ask yourself how often, how free do you feel to communicate with this person? How often do you do? You know, there is something when you see a marriage that will work, when you see a relationship that will work in marriage, you have this kind of hunger to communicate. You want to share your mind with this person. If it is not so, then something is wrong. Then something is wrong. So, how often, how free are you? How safe do you feel sharing your thoughts, sharing your feelings, sharing your pains, sharing your emotion with this person? What is the level of your comfortability in sharing your concerns and feelings with this person? This will determine if you stepping into marriage, if the marriage will work. Check the level of your communication. A lot of marriages break because they have no time to communicate with one another. because it began before marriage. It began before marriage. So you ask yourself these questions. Do you enjoy speaking with this person? Do you hunger and desire to speak with this person? All of these things must be checked and considered before going into marriage. Otherwise, it will be a marriage that will clash. So check it out. Check it out. When are those days they bring a lady for the man, or they bring a man for the lady? You've not met before, you've not done anything before, and all of a sudden you met today. You say, what do you call it then? You say is it love at first sight, or what do you call it? And the next day is your wedding. The next day is your marriage. And before you know what's happening, you ask yourself, as beautiful as the lady is, as handsome as the man is, 1 week of marriage clash. What happens? They have no time to check out and to examine a lot of things that need to be examined. So check the level of your communication. If it's not existing, build it. If you cannot build it, then let it go. Don't risk going into marriage. Number 2 is check the level of your commitment. This is something we're going to talk on seriously. Check the level of your commitment. Before you step into marriage, understand that marriage is a commitment. So, marriage is more than, okay, let me begin by saying commitment is more than a promise to do or to give us something. No, it's more than that. This has to do with being dedicated, you know, maintaining an attitude of someone who work extremely, who work hard to support something or to support someone. It is a feeling that you are obligated to this person. Do you feel that in your relationship? Do you feel that in your courtship? Do you feel that in your friendship? Is there anything like this mind of commitment with this person? Commitment to bring out the best in this person. Commitment to make this person become, and achieve his or her vision. You feel this just have to be done. If this is not existing, then something wrong will happen in marriage. Because in marriage, if you risk it, make you take that risk and go into marriage, everybody is going to be, just dependent on his or herself. The wife, I don't care how she feel, I don't care how he feel. This is just one man's business. No, that's not marriage. And all of these can be traceable to your relationship, your friendship, your courtship, how it started or how it was. So check the level of your commitment to one another. The marriage that will work must be a relationship, or must be something that was first built on commitment. You will be married, there's an obligation. You're obligated to one another. And all of this does not start from marriage, it begins before marriage. So check the level of your commitment. Does he care about you? Is she obligated to you? Does she feel committed to you? Does he feel committed to you? If no, then the marriage may be at risk. So another one we're going to look at again is compatibility. In fact, you don't have to play with this one. Compatibility. Compatibility. Are you compatible? You know that there could be some little level of communication, some little level of commitment. Yeah. But if there is no compatibility, it's just like let's assume you are bringing a cat and rat together. I said they should live in the same house. Mm, something terrible will happen. Something terrible will happen. Then imagine if he doesn't know. I'm not saying you are a cat, but let's assume the cat doesn't know this person is this is rat, and the rat has no idea that this is cat, and all of a sudden they bring the two of them together, locked in one room. Something terrible will happen. So you must first of all check the level of your compatibility. Are you compatible? Ask yourself, oh, okay, let's begin by saying what is compatibility? It's another major backbone of a successful marriage, and this should be considered before going into marriage. It must be considered before going into marriage. This is a state in which two people, two persons, or two things are able to exist or live together without problem or conflict. Well, even when there is compatibility, sometimes some little issue comes up, but you see, there is easy. They, they find it easy to settle and to put things in order again because they are compatible. When there's compatibility, you know, you enjoy closeness. You enjoy all of other factors that contribute to successful marriage because the both parties are compatible. Imagine telling a goat, uh, the goat likes yam and say, okay, goat, please, when this monkey comes around, make sure you give this monkey some yam, and you are telling the monkey, make sure you give this goat some banana. It's going to be difficult because the monkey is going to fight personally to keep the banana to itself, and the goat likewise. But if they are compatible, then imagine you bringing two monkeys together, and they're going to see it as easy thing to fight and achieve their goal, their visions. Now that can be likened to humans. If there's compatibility, there is closeness, there is communication. You enjoy the marriage with a lot of bliss. So check the level of your compatibility. When there is no compatibility, closeness suffers. There won't be closeness. There can't be closeness. There can't because they are not compatible. Conflict will flourish. How can two persons who are not compatible say they are husband and wife? You see them quarreling. Something that shouldn't even be offensive. It's going to be offensive. Something that should not even bring issues will result to issues because they are not compatible. You get it? Good. So at this point, when you have checked all of this, you can now talk about the L, the love. The love. You must tie all of those things with this rope, the rope of love. Love is different from lust. It is different from infatuation. Love is different from you know, I don't know how to explain this to you, but love is the rope that ties it all. It's different from lust. It's different from infatuation. You have to check properly. You have to check properly. I'll tell you a story at the end of this video. Love is the ability to prioritize another person, his or her well-being, his or her happiness before yours. Mm. Even in your relationship and in your friendship and your courtship, you should there's love. If love exists, how do you keep your daily activities? How do you operate in your daily activities? Is it love? Love is the ability to prioritize, to put someone else before you. You come to a home where there is love. The husband will want the wife, okay, let her enjoy this first. The wife will say, no, let him enjoy this first. That is where love exists. That's where love exists. It is a feeling of attachment, affection, and the need of someone. When love is existing in a relationship, in a courtship, in a friendship, you will know. You will know. You have this feeling of attachment. You have this feeling of need for this person. Then that marriage can work. If it's not there, it will not work. Now let me tell you a story. Meet a young man and a young girl who haven't met themselves before now. And one day, the mother of the guy told him and said, "My son, I have a girl I want you to marry, but I haven't met her." He said, "There's no problem. You will like her. You will like her. And all of a sudden, one of the days, the mother invited her, and she came around. She met the guy. Well, actually, this is the kind of structure and this young man likes. So, because of that, they were forced into marriage, and they got married. And after a few months, something happened. The both of them were traveling, and they had an accident, very fatal accident. So God saved them. Their life was still kept, but the lady had some damage on her body. When they got home, thank God, they went to the hospital, and after everything, she was fine, but she lost one of her eyes at the process of the accident. Something hit the eye, and she couldn't see with it again. She became blind on one of the eyes. That was the beginning of problem in the home. So the man was only attracted on the physical. There was no love. Should I say it's lust? Should I say it's infatuation? Should I say it's love at first sight? I don't know. But there was no real love. Where real love exists, it goes beyond the physical. It is the soul, the internal of this person. So is love existing in a relationship? Check it out before you head on into marriage. Thank you for being with us today. Watch our next video rather, that will be dropped soon. If you've not subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, and share this video to singles. God bless you. God bless you.